Alright, so I'm going to be cleaning some stuff that I found metal detecting. I have this, which is sterling silver, that has been tarnished. And I also have this ring that's also been tarnished. I've cleaned it in an ultrasonic cleaner, about 15 minutes each one. And so now it's time for me to go ahead and do the part that's considered toxic. Now what I use is Tarn-X. It's tarnish remover for silver and silver plated things, platinum, copper, gold, like it says. This is toxic. If you're going to use something like this, like what I do, you're going to need to have gloves. You need to make sure that your items are dry first before you start, and you also need to have some kind of wash. So what I will do is I'm going to take this little makeup pad. You can use cotton balls or this makeup pad, and I'm going to dab this tarnish remover on it, and then I will rub these while I'm wearing gloves. After I'm done, I'll dip it in the water, dry it off again, and rinse and repeat. And that should make these very shiny. Alright, so first thing you got to do, I've already dried off the objects I'm going to clean. You got to protect yourself. So I got these nitrile gloves. If you use kitchen gloves for washing dishes, that should be fine too, based on what this is saying. It says to wear household gloves, so this should fit that description. Now I don't have any kind of mask, I don't have any kind of goggles. If that's something where you feel like you need to wear that, then by all means wear that stuff, but I don't feel the need to do that today. These are small gloves. These are actually ladies' gloves, which is why they're really, really tight on me. So just be careful not to rip anything. This is considered a skin irritant if you're inhaling it or get it on your skin and the irritation lasts. You're supposed to go to the hospital. So be careful. So I got a little bit on here. Just cover it up, and I take that and then I go into cleaning. And you can see it's already starting to take some of that tarnish off. It says not to keep it in there more than 2 minutes. Any kind of bath with this Tarn-X. So I'm just going, so you can see how nasty that is. I'm just kind of gently rubbing, not really pushing too hard. This is the first cleaning of this ring, so we'll see how it goes. I tried using toothpaste on the medallion or on the necklace pendant thing, and didn't really clean anything off. I left it on there for a long time, and I did ultrasonic cleaning. Took out the dirt, took out the sand, some of the rocks that were in there, left everything behind. Hopefully this will take off a good portion of that tarnish. Now you can see I got some nastiness on there, and that's fine. So I've had this sit, hasn't been 2 minutes, but it's been a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bath. While it sits in there and does its thing, I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to start working on this little, I don't really know what to call it. It's kind of like, I call it like a pendant, but it really goes onto a necklace. It looks really pretty, I think. Yeah, look at that. So I cleaned it up with toothpaste, as I had mentioned, did ultrasonic cleaning, and still I'm able to get a bunch of gunk off. Now there are a couple of ways that you can clean silver, and I have another video. I'll show you. I'll link to that video here for you. I have a way that you can clean this a non-toxic way by taking aluminum and soda and baking soda and boiling it, and that causes a chemical reaction to kind of take the tarnish away, and it's a very nice way to do it. It's as far as I understand it, it's non-toxic, and in the video where I'll link to, it actually shows you the chemical process, the reason why it works. So this is all sudsing up, which means the Tarn-X is probably eating away at the tarnish. Really, it's just a chemical makeup that causes it to get covered when it's exposed to the air. That's just natural. You're going to see that on your silverware or silver rings or whatever that aren't worn, they aren't used over time. Okay, so that's got a pretty good wash on there. You can see that's pretty disgusting. Both sides. And I can see the shine is starting to come in part of it, which is really good. That's what we want. And it is sterling silver. And because it's sterling silver, that means it's silver all the way through. It only has a little bit of something else in there, but it's almost all silver. You're never going to find something that's 100% silver. It's going to be, in this case, 92.5% silver. And I think, I can't remember what the other compound they use with silver to make it stay together and stay hard. But you'll never have a 100% silver unless you're mining it. Yeah, I can already see some of the shine come through on the back, which is really neat.
For those of us who don't know, what is sterling silver?
Sterling silver means you have the highest natural amount of silver content. So you'll have silver plated things. Things that are silver plated means they just put a plate of silver on the outside of it.
And then
so you might have maybe a 10% silver or something like that. Kind of like gold plating, where it's the whole ring isn't gold, it's just the outside layer. It's kind of a cheap way to give you something pretty. Sterling silver, however, is when they try to give you as much of the real deal as possible. And that's why the 92.5% comes in. On the back of jewelry that is sterling silver, it'll actually say 92.5 stamped on it, or it'll have a stamp on it that says stir or sterling. It may also have SS for sterling silver. Either one of those designations are what the jewelry, what people in the jewelry market do. All right, so this is coming through, and so I'm going to have to give it another bath, but it's starting to get there. I can show you a little bit of the progress. It's still not shiny yet, but I'll run it over again. So sterling silver obviously would be more expensive, or more valuable rather, than silver plated. And a lot of your jewelry right now, your $20 rings that you buy in the store that are nice and shiny silver, they are usually sterling silver. They're not usually silver plated. These rings, just in the silver content alone, this ring is probably worth about $1, maybe $1.50, depending on how much it weighs. Whereas silver plated would probably be, a couple of cents. You figure the size of a silver dime. A silver dime, which we all know is 10 cents, a silver dime is worth somewhere around 90 cents in today's money. And of course that changes depending on what the markets do, but that's about what it's worth. A silver quarter, so a silver quarter from 1964 and older, those are worth about $2.40 or so. So almost 10 times its face value in both cases. Okay, so this one I just took out of its bath because I just rubbed the other one and put it back in. I'm going to dry it off, and I will show you the results of this one. So you just go through the process over and over again of cleaning this thing, and this is the back of it so far.
Oh wow.
Okay, so there's a difference. You can see some of the tarnish is worn off. Now I just need to go through it and do it some more. Now this isn't a trick of the video, it just happens to be that the sun is shining. So this is going to be a little shinier. I haven't dried it off, it's wet. But I've been working on this for probably about an hour to hour and a half. And I've done a mixture between dipping this in the Tarn-X and coating these little pads in Tarn-X and letting it sit there for a couple of minutes. And then I got a toothbrush and I brushed it, and then I would dip it in the water and I'd dry it off with the napkins and scrape off whatever I can. So I went through that whole stack of napkins. I'm all through. But here's the difference after.
Yep.
And there's the back side, which is where you'll be able to see the greatest difference.
Yeah.
Because before that was tarnished up pretty well. And I'll take pictures and have that close up. Here's the ring.
Wow.
Yeah, big difference there. These are, probably just glass or something in there for those little bits. But in the process of cleaning this out, I also got all the little pebbles out, because these had little rocks that were in there. So the toothbrush really helped in dislodging those. And but I'll show you guys a close-up of what these look like now that they're clean. But it's really easy. It's really easy to use this stuff. It just takes a long time to get it to work. So it says on here, wipe and rinse and done, but it's not that easy. You actually can soak it. It tells it not to soak anything for more than 2 minutes, which is why I kept going through the cycle of soaking it, brushing it, cleaning it, and then rinsing it off. But if you look at what's inside my bowl, it's all kinds of nasty. It's all kinds of dirt and grime in there, and part of that's probably the tarnish, and some of that's also the sand and the dirt and the grime that was stuck in there. So this was a two-part process, really. It was removing the sand, removing the dirt, and then also removing the tarnish that had gone on the silver. So if you have any questions about Tarn-X, well, you can always call Tarn-X. But you can also ask down below in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer those for you. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.